how I learned it, but I've also found that's the best way to wrap it so that, you know, you don't constrict your finger too much. So,
You keep it on your nail?
well, it's,
Just below the nail, it hurts.
well, yeah, you also need to kind of find your own thing. I do it around my nail and it works out. Just one round. Yeah. Anybody having struggle with that? There's just one finger. You got it, Madan? All right. Okay, so just one time. So boom. Yeah, it's not the most important part of Kartal playing, but you know. So you see how it just wraps around my index? Yeah. Yeah.
What about the other one?
So the other one's the same. And I find when if you own some of these pairs, you might want to separate the strings. So cut it down the middle. Right. Because when you're playing, yeah, you can hit. So yeah, I mean that's pretty long, so probably keeps them together so you don't lose them. Yeah. All right. Okay, so a lot of you already know this beat. They call it the 1, 2, 3 beat. But it's actually not 1, 2, 3. It's actually 1, 3, 4. And you see, it's the first one. Ja, ti, ti. So there's a gap after ja. So it's actually 3 and then 1. 1 is, and then 2 is a gap. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, the close sound, you kind of, everyone try to do that close sound. Yeah.
Is that the open circle?
The open circle is open. So I use my thumbs. Yeah. Yeah. It looks like a lot of you got it. Yeah. You want to come in, Prabhu? A little more? You want to come in? Maybe open the circle a little bit. There's a spot right here too, if you want to sit there. I can see. Yeah, so close down. You want to stop the vibration. Yeah. And so you're doing it like this, and I started like that. That is one way of doing it. I just ended up doing like this. Yeah, with the thumb. Yeah, just around your index. Yeah, that's good. So close and then open. So do the close sound. Yeah. Yeah, that's the close and then open. Right. Yeah. Nice. So, Leah, you're kind of doing it on the edge. So, that's if it's like, if you want to keep the volume really low, and you do on the edge. Otherwise, you can kind of cover like a third of it, you know. Yeah. So Rukmini talked about earplugs, and you can see why you might need them. I always wear earplugs in every kirtan. I try to remember, because you can damage your hearing. Yeah. Yeah. Anybody have questions about this?
How do you stay on time?
What?
How do you keep your timing?
How to keep the timing. All right, so that you will kind of have to, I can give you like pointers about that. So she was asking how to keep the timing. But for the most part, you'll kind of have to hack at that, you know, kind of figure it out. I use a metronome. So I had, you know, I sent out a group text to install a metronome. If you haven't installed it, if you have questions about that, you know, there are new people here, so see me after class and I can help you get that installed on your phone. Yeah, you got the metronome ready. Yeah. So yeah, that's, so that'll help you keep timing. I'll show you in a second. Actually, I can show you that right now, how to do that. Let me get my phone. Now I got it here. All right. So if all of you guys can grab out your phone and open up the metronome. Now I'll show you how to work this. So you know, even if, so that you understand on this level, then with the advanced beats you can also program it into the metronome. So I have an Android, so I'm using the metronome beats. Why is it glitching on me? It's taking a while to load. Could show that because mine's loading, if that's alright. Alright, so the first beat will be different than the other ones. That's called a down beat.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to set it up as a 4x4. I don't know if all of you guys can see that. 4 beats. 4 beats. Yeah. Yeah, the first one is big. The second one is muted. You guys got your phone? Yeah, this is iPhone. Yeah. Yeah. It's called Pro Metronome.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh. I just wrote it. Okay. And so you want to get this sound. So the first one is accented. It's bigger. I can screenshot it and put it in the group chat. And the second one is muted, and 3 and 4 are the same. Is that clear? And when you play it, it'll make this sound.
Oh, I see.
Chick, da, da, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go, yeah. You got the idea. Sorry? It goes from side. That's in the settings. Yeah. Should be in the settings or preferences.
It's not even like letting me say it.
Da, da, tin. Da, da, tin. Da, da, tin. Yeah, so you can practice that beat. Tin. Da, da, tin. Da, da, tin. Da, da. Yeah. Close, close, open, 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 close, yeah. Close, close, open. Alright, so, homework for you guys. Alright, there's home. If you guys want to write it down, I have pens here. So you can write it on the sheet. I don't think I have enough pens, so. You got a pen? Yeah, you guys can share maybe a pen every other person. Yeah. So the homework is just, maybe not for Don or some of the others already know this, but to practice the first beat with a metronome. Yeah. The slow beat with the metronome. That's the homework. So the metronome will help you keep time. And then it has an acceleration feature on it. So the metronome will accelerate automatically. So you can start it slow and gradually speed up. Does So that's important because in a kirtan, you will have a variety of speeds. Is everything, are you understanding? Yeah. Her name is Suvarna. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's the first beat. Again, it's in the recording. So try and internalize it, make a mental note of all these things so you have it for later. That's the first beat. That's the most common one. You can get away with that. So let's go to the tehai section.
Okay.
So now you'll see the different set of symbols. This is a little different than what we just played. So that when it's underlined, it means you played on the top. So I'm right-handed. So this is down for me, and this is up. All right. So sit, and it's closed. So you want to stop the vibration. Pop, pop. Yeah. There you go. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, right hand. I'm focusing on my right hand here because I'm right-handed. So, yeah. Yeah. So again, underline, you play on the top with the right hand, and without the underline, it's on the bottom. So, pop, pop. So that's ti-ni. Ti-ni. They're pretty much three basic hits. Ja and ti-ni. Three basic hits. You can do everything with that. Ja, ti-ni. So ja, you can hit in the center like that. Yeah. That's ja. It's an open sound. You release the vibration. So you're stopping with your thumb. So, yeah, your thumb, you can tuck it in. You don't want the thumb to be here. Yeah. Yeah. There you go. So that's the tehai. Tehai section. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so tehai, I'll show you in a second how you use it. But it's also, I'm starting pretty much from the most common to the least common. So let's look at this. So, ti, ni, ja. That's the mantra. You guys can see it there? Up. Ja. And then, yeah, the jaw, you release the sound. Anybody have questions about this? Yeah. There you go. Awesome. And the left hand will follow the motion. Your left hand will meet the beat. So it's not that your left hand is just there and it's on the right. So you get that. It looks very good. When you can play it fast, it looks really good. What? Yeah. Oh, played in tempo?
Yeah, so that.
No, in tempo.
In tempo, like
In a beat.
Yeah, right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's all play together. So, ding, me, ding, me, da. 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 Let's play a little softer. Da. Ding, me, ding, me, 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 da. Try to follow along. So it looked like pretty much everybody was getting it. Any questions about this?
This was good.
All right, you got some practice out of it?
Got into rhythm.
Yeah, you were keeping up. I was seeing that. So another homework that you guys can write down is listen to this recording. After this course is over, listen to this recording when you're driving. Pay attention to the road, please. But when you're, because a lot of us are busy, so, I'm not expecting a huge amount of commitment. But listen to this recording in your free time. So, so that you hear all the points, because a lot of the things I'm saying are important. You'll apply it. So, what are tehais? Does anybody know? Does this sound familiar to anybody?
It sounds familiar, but I don't remember.
All right. Yeah. In between, right. It's the same thing in Mridanga. So, so yeah, you played at the end of the Hare Krishna mantra. So I'll give you a little demo of it. So, don't play for this one. We can try it for the next one. So, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Okay, so I played it at the end. For this tune, you start playing the kartals on the first Krishna. So, Hare Krishna, Hare, you can try it out. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, so try and keep the tempo. Hare, don't drop beat. Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. I didn't expect you guys to get that. Don't worry. So you start.
The last time.
Yeah, and the last Hare. So I'll just show you in slow what I did there. So, Rama Rama, Tit 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 Tit. So, the last Hare is where you play the Tehai. And remember, the first beat I was playing, the slow beat, is Ja, Di, Di, Ja, Di, Di, Ja. So the first beat is Ja, and then it ends in Ti, Ti, right? That's the full mantra. So you will play Rama, Rama, Hare. So I do Hare, Hare. So I do Ti, Ti, and then I play the Tehai. Okay? Does that make sense? Who doesn't understand it? Okay, you want to see it one more time? Alright. So Rama Rama Hare Hare Is that clear? Is that a little clear? Yeah, it'll take practice. And I think I can record myself singing and send it to you guys. Yeah, I'm just going to write that down. So then you have something to practice. So that's my homework.
Are all the beats closed on that?
All of them except Ja. Yeah, the last one. So it says Tini Tini Ja, right? And it says times 3. You guys see that? But you don't play the last Ja. The last Ja, well, the last Ja becomes the Ja of the slow beat.
Right.
Alright? So it overlaps. Because we're working in multiples of 4. We're working multiples of 4. Ja, Ti, Ti, 4. You know, the gap is 2. So, Tini, Tini, Ja, the Tehai has to become a multiple of 4. So, Tini is 1, Tini is 2, and Ja is 3. So, Tini, Tini, Ja, Tini, Tini, Ja, Tini, Tini, 8. I ended on Tini, 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 so 8. And so you have to keep it 8. Otherwise it'll be 9 if you include the last Ja. So the last Ja is excluded.
Just about the Tehai, there is a line that says decoration. That part?
Oh, the decoration.
Did we do that or just kind of?
We skipped over that.
Right.
Make a note of it, and I can show that to you at the end of class.
It's not part of the basics.
It's not part of the basics. I don't recommend doing the decoration very much because it can disrupt the kirtan a little bit.
So when the people use the decoration, is it instead of the Tehai?
No. So you will use I'll show you at the end of class. And I can also film it for you so you have it. Okay, so that's a Tehai. These are 2 of the most common beats. We can do quite a bit with that already. Pretty much every kirtan, and Mother Anita, you were talking about you wanted to play for certain tunes, you know, so like Jai Radha Madhav and Nishringa Prayer, Nishringa Pranam. So you can use this is you play. And then also the next beat we will learn. You will use a lot as well. So look at the fast beat and the slow beat. What's the difference? There isn't any, right?
The one you go, the last one goes up.
Yeah, so it goes up on the last one. There you go. Yeah, that's the difference. But I'll show you how to play the fast beat. Is that still recording? It's good. All right. So the fast beat. So ja, din, ni. Yeah. Ja, din. Yeah. Nice. Try it. So ta, din, ni. Yeah. 3 hits. So there's also a gap after this one. There's a gap after it, after the first one. So ja, after ja, there's a gap. Yeah, yeah. And just how we set up the metronome, and that's my homework. I'll send you guys a screenshot of the metronome. Is that making sense to you? Cool. Yeah, so this is, you can use the same metronome setup as the previous one, but you will double it. You will play it a little faster on the metronome. So let me give you guys a little demo of how you can use this. So I'll use the same tune. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we'll try it a lot slower than that, but that's pretty much the speed that you'll see in the kirtan. So yeah, you start with this one. So it says, yeah. So I hope this doesn't confuse anybody. One sec. I hope this won't confuse anybody, but the ja in this case is normally played closed. So maybe you want to make a note of that
Well,
in the fast beat. Yeah. Everybody got a pen? You can borrow. Did you guys not get sheets?
Yeah.
All right. Right. Here, you can pass that down.
so it has to be black.
Yeah, so you can maybe write that on the side or something. That ja is going to be played close. My voice. I need to say my voice. Alright, is that clear to everybody? Oh, this is louder than I thought. Is that clear? Clear to everybody? Anybody has a question about that? Alright, so now we'll play it. And we'll play it a little slower than what I was showing. So you guys can give it a try. And that's all you'll play for the fast beat. That's it. You will. I'll explain to you how you will know when to play each of these beats. So let's see. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. other words? What do you say?
It's wonderful, but practice is
Practice. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely what it's about, you know, practice. So give 5 minutes a day. It's not very much. 5 minutes a day. With mridanga, the most important thing is to be consistent. I feel like it's the same way with kartals, but kartals are considerably easier to play. So I'm not as empathetic. Is that right? Emphatic. Thank you. About it. So, but for now you just learned it. It's fresh. When you go home, practice it. If you need to purchase a pair of kartals, let me know. I found a dealer that he sells very high quality ones, so I can give you his contact as well. Otherwise, these simpler ones, they're just good for practice. They're good enough. The ones from the temple, you have them, so you can get them at the gift shop. Okay, let's see. Okay, so how do you know when to play these? So yeah, some ideas. When do you play? How do you know when to apply these different beats?
Follow the mridanga player?
That's definitely, you know, that's what I do, and that's what I was taught. The reason I say I'm not telling all of you to follow mridanga players because I don't want to like make a rule out of it, you know. But it definitely, the kirtan works very well when the mridanga player and the kartal player are synced. So I'm listening to kartal player. They're the metronome, you know. So you all install the metronome. When in the kirtan we don't have an app, the kartal players are the metronome. They keep the beat. That's the way. That's my perspective, and it's worked so far. So when I'm playing mridanga, I always listen to the kartal players, what speed they're at, and then I try to match it. Because they're the loudest instrument usually. And so I can't speed up, I can't do anything unless the kartal players are on board. So I'm usually glaring at them if it's not working out, you know. No, it's not personal. So it's usually if the kartal player is thinking about something else and looking at somebody or, you know, like that. So that's when I might just give them a word or something. But so yeah, that's the important thing. That's why if you look at Gaudiya Kirtan, Gaudiya Vaishnava Kirtan, they're usually with the kartal player. Harmonium, where does this come from? Where does it originate? Do you guys know? Germany. Or Portugal, Europe. I've heard France, Germany. I never heard Portugal, but it's close by. Yeah. So it's not even Indian. Yeah. So did I. But no, they originate in Germany. I think it's like a cousin of the accordion, or maybe accordion was evolved from this. Yeah, so you got to follow the mridanga player. You also see it when the kirtan doubles. Something's different, so you got to be aware of that. Also, yeah, you're following the mridanga player with all that. Okay, any questions on that? So practice this with a metronome as well.
And then would you say the kartal player usually follows the singer?
Yeah.
Depending on.
Or so I follow the kartal player on the speed they keep. The kartal player will follow me based on what I do, the changes I make in the kirtan.
Instead with the mridanga?
Yeah, that's a mridanga player. So the kartal will follow the mridanga player, the changes that the mridanga player will make. Because usually the singer will signal to the mridanga player,
Okay.
I want you to do this, like they'll signal the change. So even when I sing, I listen to the kartals a lot. They keep the beat for me as well. So they're really like foundational to the kirtan. Yeah. The harmonium is melodic, so it plays a little bit of a part in keeping the rhythm. So when the kirtan starts out, oh yeah, that's another thing. When the kirtan's starting out, don't just start playing the kartals. Wait till you hear the beat where it's very clear. All right. So yeah, be quite diligent about just keeping a good beat, a steady beat. You don't want to disrupt. You want to be sensitive to the kirtan. So yeah, I usually wait when I'm playing kartals. I wait for the mridanga player to get started because they might do something. You know, sometimes, like, especially you've seen Indian classical music. I don't know if you listen to Anand Jalota and some of them. They start with an intro. The mridanga plays, the tabla plays something. So then the kartals usually don't do anything. So that's why I'm sensitive, and I recommend being sensitive in the beginning. It all depends, time, place, and circumstance. Got a wire in here. Okay. So is that clear? We can move on. All right. Let me know. Again, you can always cut in if there's something you don't understand. Matan, this is another really important beat. So you'll often hear it in the kirtan. So Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora Haribo. It's not the same as the slow beat. So yeah, there's a gap there, and the titi is closer. It's tighter together. It's not the same thing. This is a 6 beat. It's not a 4 beat. Does that surprise anybody? Because sometimes you'll hear in a kirtan, then the mridanga player is playing a 6 beat, and then the kartal plays a 4 beat, and it throws it off. So I'll play mridanga in a second.
Did you say
With
16 beats?
6 beats.
6 beats.
Yeah. So let's practice that real quick. So I'll just practice the first half. Let's see, one sec. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so, and you guys can also say it with me. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 1. It's open. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, Practice a little quieter. 1, 2, 3. Really soft. 1, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, nice, Sheila. 1, 2, 3. 1. Real quiet. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes the kirtan will be really quiet, you know. So you want to get that like an ass crawling, but not that quiet, but like yeah. So that's another thing. Like, be very sensitive to the volume. So listen to the mridanga player, listen to the singer. If they're going really quiet, you want to keep your kind of a rule that I follow is try and be quieter than the singer, so that everyone can hear what he's singing, he or she is singing. So yeah, and then because kartals are so loud. So you're especially very powerful in the kirtan. So you gotta, you know, keep the volume down. Okay, so now let's do 4, 5, 6. One sec. 4, 5. Okay, so 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6. Close down. Tap, tap. You're stopping this. 4, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, Is that clear to everybody? All right. Now let's put them together. So I'll do it extra slow. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 2, 3. And try and stay as well. 4, 5, 6. 1, count. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Open. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can kind of feel the beat now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I see it's going a little faster with some people, so practice. Yeah, so when you practice, this is something you can write down as well. When you practice, start slow and gradually speed up till you get to close to your fastest speed. And maintain sound quality throughout the practice session.
Did you say sound quality?
Quality.
And what do you mean by sound quality?
So when we go fast, the tendency is to lose quality, right? So you want to have both, speed and quality. So both of those are two ways that you can improve yourself, is by speed and quality. Improve your kartal playing. Okay. So for the, I'm gonna play a little mridanga. And Madan, are you comfortable with these beats?
Yeah.
All right. So let's try the fast beat out first. So you can just get started, and I'll start playing mridanga. So ta, din, ta, din, ta, din. Thank you all. Thanks a lot. And you kept the volume at a pretty good level considering how many kartals we have. So, very good. That's actually a problem. Like, people have hearing issues and stuff like that. But I guess that's just part of being a musician. That's why I always wear earplugs. You know, you're surrounded by all kinds of sounds constantly, you know. All right, great. So the next one, I won't play mridanga. I'll play kartals to it. It's a little harder to coordinate with mridanga, but let's try the next one in the kirtan. So this one, you can try to just feel it. All right, try and feel the beat. Try and just follow along, play along with this one. So. Dun, da, da, 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 dun, da, da. Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Gora Hari Bo. few people were speeding up a little bit, so you know that's we're all beginners, or not all of us, but so be mindful of that when you're in a kirtan. Keep a good time. All right. Let me just check this morning. All right.
Where are we exactly here?
Oh, we went a little over.
Where
Sorry.
Are we on the map?
So we are on matan,
Which one?
the first one.
You're still on the first one.
Yeah, we're still on the first one, the first matan.
That's what we just played now.
Yeah.
And when we were playing with you, and you played on the Ghanaian singing, which one did we do?
That was the fast beat.
The fast beat?
Yeah. So again, remember matan is not the slow beat. It's not the slow beat. They're different. It has a different feel. You can feel it. So I'll give you a demo of both of them. So here's a slow beat. Dun, da, da, dun, da, da, dun. Now here matan. It has a more. It's a Bengali beat. You can hear the mellow. Yeah. All right, so officially we're done right here with today. You guys have done a lot. All right, this is your set for 95% of it. Yeah. Quite literally. I mean, the rest of matan, you know, once you cover entire matan, then it's, especially the next one. The next one is also quite common, but you can use either or. You can either use the first or the second one of matan. So now is a time where if you want any specifics, you can learn. We're going to cover whatever's on the sheet between today and tomorrow. So whatever's on the sheet. So you want to learn Japtal, we're going to cover that tomorrow. Anything that's not on the sheet that you guys want to learn, we can, now it's just open-ended. If there happen to not be any questions, it's all good, we can just continue. So, yeah.
So I'm just wondering if you should just demonstrate the decoration part.
The decoration part. Sachi, could you stop the recording and then start it again? So